How do fellas? Nice back here again with another inbox review for you. And today we're going to be looking at Eduard's 172nd Gustav. So this is a dual combo. It's got the 19 G5 and G6 in there. And you get a variety of different markings. So 3, 6, 9, 12 markings within the kit. Obviously some will be for the G6, some will be G5. This is new tool, okay, so it's all new tooling. It's got photo etch, it's got mass, and it says decals from 14 marking options. The other two must be the ones that are on the box art. Okay, so without further ado, we'll get straight into the plastic. So as always, we start off with the instruction manual, and same as normal, we add on a nice glossy booklet. First off, what I like the Eduard have started doing is doing a little bit of the history of the aircraft itself. So this one's going all the way from the E all the way through to the G. It's not going any farther than the G, even though well, there were others, not the F. There was the K, I believe. Okay, but I can't remember. I'm not a 109 aficionado. We then move straight into the sprue map, and also there will be two of some of these parts for the two different aircraft. And then we've got our colour call-outs in Mr. Colour and Aqueous, Mr. Hobbit Aqueous. And as you can see, it says straight at the top, BF 105, 109, G5 and G6. So some will be for certain markings like A, B, C and D, and some will be for other markings. Okay, so straight off, we move into the cockpit, putting the instrument panel together, and then adding seat belts and other parts to build up this cockpit, which will be a little model on its own. Then move across to the sidewalls of the cockpit, removing parts of photo etch and stuff like that, and where to add the photo etch as we go through. We've then got the two fuselage halves joined together, and the cockpit slots in from the bottom. We've then got adding the forward engine cowling, the blisters for the nose cannons. I think they were 30mm at the time. We've got the rear bulkhead. We've got a tropical filter. Okay, so this tropical filter goes on the side. Also, it'd be for the tropical version, and it's only for the one marking, H. We've got a little support that gets added. We've got the exhausts that all go on. Some that have got covers, some that haven't, some that you add the covers after, and so forth. We then move on to the tail section, adding the wings together, and the let's have a look. So it looks like the actual undercarriage bays are all one part. We then move on to attaching the wings to the fuselage and putting the slats, whether you want them open or closed. You have to remove a tab. Putting some of the actual control surface on, the navigation lights, the two belly radiators, whether you want flaps up or down. It'll depend on how these rear parts here get attached. We've got the actual really positive location of the wheels within the aircraft. Okay, so all this section's looking at the different wheels, and it looks like the wheels are all one piece, but we'll have a look in a minute. Then you've got this bit here, that's the starter handle, I believe. Okay, so you could have that in or out. And then we move on to the G5. So the G5, you can see the canopy types. Okay, so we've got the canopy. The front part is actually part of the fuselage, so that you should be able to blend that in nicely. The big wide bladed propeller on these aircraft, and then you can have it open or closed. And then the G6, exactly the same, but for the G6. Okay, we've then got two under wing pods for these cannons. I can't remember what the cannons were. They might have been quite big, something like 50 cal. Okay, or they might have been the 30 cal, and in the nose they were 20s. Fuel tank going on, and then we've got the stance down the bottom, how it should look. Okay. We've got our masking template. Okay, so that's not very as you could, I thought it was straight, but I think that bit there is a little bit wishy-washy, but we'll have a look at the mast sets when we get it. I'm pretty sure they're going to be round and not all over the place, all drunk like that. And then we move on to the markings. So we have got a G5 from February 1944, very colourful with blues and yellows. We've then got another G5 from October 43, a little bit muted this one. I like how it's got the black wing. Then we've got December 1943, very rare this, and all over same RLM 76 camouflage on this one. Another G5 from March 1944, a very interesting camouflage on this with the black belly, so this probably would have been a night fighter. We've then got a G6 from October 43, again with a normal Luftwaffe mottling. Another G6 from November 43. I like this marking, how it goes further up the fuselage, very, very shark-like with the camouflage. Soviet Union, for a G6 Soviet Union from 1944. So this is more of a winter camouflage, and you can see that's really, really nice camouflage. That'll probably really will catch the eye on at some shows. We've then got November 43, another G6, so this is tropical version. As you can see, the filter on there with the spinner on the front. We've then got another G6, this is September 1943, okay, normal camouflage with a big white tail. A G6 from June 43 in Sicily, so again the normal Luftwaffe markings. A more heavily mottled aircraft, so this one's from the Soviet Union in August 1943. We've got a Finland version from June 1944, and you can see the Finnish markings on the fuselage. And then we've got an Italian one, okay, here with the Italian flag on there, still with the Iron Cross actually on the fuselage and lower wings, but blanked out on the upper wings, as you can see there with the Italian mark. So that's October 1944. And last but not least, we have got one from the Slovak National Uprising in 1944. A really interesting set of markings this. Okay, so we've got the Slovak roundel on the back. We've got some that's been blocked off. Okay, so that'd be really interesting. And then we move on to the actual stencil data. All right, for the G5, G6. So now straight into the plastic. Okay, and I'm not going to show you both of these sets because it'll be very similar in both. Okay, so just get this one out. So here we have sprue N. Okay, and remember this is 1/72, and in 1/72 this looks absolutely fantastic. Hopefully you can pick up all that lovely rivet detail all over the wings, the upper and lower, and on the fuselage. Okay, looks really, really nice. The tread on the tyres. Okay, you might have to get rid of the seam line. There is a seam that runs around the wheels. Some lovely detail in the wheel hubs there, look. Next up, again, a bag with multiple sprues in. I will take one of each of these out if I can. So that one, and the next one. So this one has got the upper cowl parts on there, this big bladed propeller, some of the cannon bulges, and some of the control surfaces. So again, some really nice detail. Bear in mind, like I said, this is 1/72. Apart from, so let's see if I can pick out the pointer. So this side of the actual tail has got the riveting detail, but this side hasn't. I'm gonna have to check the other one, unless it's just meant to be either or. I can't see that being the case. Okay, so you get the two parts, they're all one part for the real tail. So one way riveting, one way out riveting. But again, some nice detail on the rudder. Moving on to the cockpit part. So we've got the main cockpit, another prop on there, some other little parts on here, another tail section, and the horizontal stabilizers. And again, it all looks absolutely fantastic. Really nice detail, even onto the wheel bay doors. Just there, look. We then have two clear parts, and they both look exactly the same, but I know one is slightly different because one's a G5, one's a G6, but we'll only look at the one for now. Okay, so crystal clear, as with all Eduard kits. Looks really nice. Next up, we have the decals. I'll only take the main ones out to have a look at. Okay. And again, these are the Eduard new type decals. Don't get me wrong, they look really nice. I can see the carrier film. That carrier film's meant to be pulled off however you do it. But you can see we've got multiple crosses. We've got the swastikas in two parts. We've got the nose roundels. We have the Slovak markings, as well as the Finnish and the Italian ones. And we also get our mast set. So let's have a look at these, making sure they're not all over the place like in the drawing on in the kit. And no, they're not. They're perfectly round. You won't be able to see that, but I can see that they're okay. And we also get two sets of coloured photo etch for the cockpit, and a set of photo etch for grills, fans, grills, bombs, and all the external parts of the kit. So there we are, Eduard Gustav Part 1. Really nice kit. This is 1/72, and the detail on there is absolutely beautiful. It's really nice. I can't see an issue anywhere, really. And from their other 109s that they have done, I believe it goes together absolutely superbly as well. Anyway, that's it from me, and I'll see you next one. Bye for now.